Let me try that again. What's up, y'all? How's it going, everybody? It's your guy, Max Ray. And today we are taking a look at the Akai MPC and Ableton Move, and we are making them work together. And I haven't seen anybody do this yet on YouTube, where we got it synced up. When you press play on one, the other one's playing. You know, the MIDI clocks are working and it's sending signal back and forth. Check out my setup here. What is up? What is up? Let me check, make sure we are rolling. I'm going to send a chat out. And we are going to get my thumbnail right on YouTube here. Let's do that. Boom. We are in business. I guess I should turn these on, right? Can't do much without turning them on. Get the phone bussing here. Make sure sound and stuff is working. Let's check it out. I guess I should turn these on, right? All right, we're in business. Can't do much without turning them on. We are in business here. Mute that. Cool. Okay, so as you guys can see in front of me here, I got the MPC Sample, I got the Ableton Move, and I thought it would be actually easy to set them up to work properly together. I was like, oh, this is going to be great. I have a USB-A here on the MIDI port for the Ableton Move. We got a USB-A. Let me go up to a different view, actually. Maybe this will look a little better. I don't know. We're going to try a couple different views today. But basically, we got this Ableton Move, and it has like a USB-C, but then it has a USB-A, and it's for MIDI. And I thought, great, I'll just hook up this USB-A on the Ableton Move into the Akai MPC, and that'll work great. And I ran into some problems, and we're going to get into that. But basically, let me just run through the setup with you guys real quick to show you how I'm doing this. Let me run through the setup real quick to show you guys how I'm doing this. So the first thing we do is we have the Ableton Move set up with the USB-A coming out of the MIDI port here, going into the USB-C here. And should I do it in this view? What do you guys think? Which view is better? Is it better like this or like this? I think the other way because, oops. I think this is actually the better view for now so you guys can see the connections a little bit easier. All right, let's try that one more time. Of course, I'm smudging things already. Okay, so in order to set up the MPC Sample and the Ableton Move to work together and have their MIDI clock synced so that you can press play in one or the other and the audio will go, you need to have a USB-A cable. You need to have a USB-A cable, and I have it plugged right into here, the Akai MPC's USB-C port, and that's how they're going to sync up their clocks. They're not sending any audio that way. And then as far as the audio output goes, we have this 1/8 inch TRS cable here, and it converts to right here, which you can see these are, I believe these are just TS cables. Okay, and I can show you guys that. So we just got the stereo TRS. Well, this is just a TRS 1/8 inch male going into split out. Let me try that again. This is an 1/8 inch TRS male splitting out into a stereo signal to a TS 1/4 inch cables right here going into the left and right input on the MPC sample. And then these are just the outputs of my MPC sample that are going to my audio interface so you guys can hear it. Which, okay, I think I have things muted. So we will do a new... Okay, so let me show you guys real quick what I got. So I will share my screen. Okay, so I just got a cheap cable off of Amazon. So this is the TRS to TS splitter cable, which hooks up to get the sound from the Ableton Move going into the MPC sample. I'm setting up my MPC sample as the master hub or the master MIDI controller here. And then Ableton Move is being used to feed sounds into the MPC sample. So this was all well and good, and I thought it'd be easy, but we ran into a problem here. So let me go back to the other page. And let me go to a different pad. We'll just go here. So the problem is that there's this really bad noise going on. So I think you guys can hear that. That noise is because we have this USB cable and there's power sharing and stuff going on. You hear that you're hearing this terrible electronic noise. I guess it's maybe a ground loop, and it sounds terrible. So I was working on this beat at first. I was like, oh, that's cool. This is a loop I have going on the Ableton Move. And when I press play on the sample, it's going in, but it has this terrible sound. And I didn't even notice it at first because I had all the volumes low enough. And then I realized this is undoable. You can't do this. So the solution to this was to get this right here. This JDS Labs Synapse box. And what this is it is a ground loop isolator. So what it does is it splits off. Let me turn that down so we're not hearing that noise anymore. What this does, so this is the Synapse ground loop isolator. And what it does is it takes away the power connection between two USB connections, and it only allows the data to go through. So what you have to do in order to get rid of this terrible sound, which you guys can hear right now, it comes with its own USB-C cable. So all we're going to do is we're going to disconnect it here. Watch, you're going to see the sound disappear as soon as I unplug this from the Akai. Watch this. Now it's clear. No problem. But now they're not synced up anymore. So what we need to do is plug it in to this ground loop isolator. And now the ground loop isolator can plug into the USB-C port on the MPC sample, which you guys can see right there. Look at that. Quiet as a mouse. I don't hear a peep. And is it still playing? Now I'm not hearing anything. Oh, and I made this mistake when I originally did it. And this is great because I can show you guys not to make the same mistake. So this is directional. It actually goes only one way. So if it's not working one way, flip it around. I was so mad at Gemini AI because it was helping me figure out how to set this process up. And I was like, you had me buy this thing and it's useless now. I spent $70 plus shipping on this stupid thing. But now when I press play, hopefully we should hear it. There it is, guys. So now we have, that's audio from the Move. This is the instrument that I'm playing. That is not the instrument that I'm playing. Neither is that one. It's this one. So I just played that, and look, it's quiet as a mouse. The audio's going through. We are bussing here, y'all. We are in this. So let me show you a little bit about this Synapse piece of gear here. And it's small enough that it just goes along with me. I can carry it wherever. I actually put it in my case for my Ableton Move. It just fits right in this little tiny cord. So this still keeps things portable. And this is it right here. So this is the JDS Labs Synapse. I got this one, the aluminum case, because I thought it looked cool. But if you want to save some money, you can get this 3D printed version. Does everything the same. It's just like a plasticky feel for 50 bucks. Now, there might be cheaper options. So definitely do your research. You know, check out Amazon if you want. I just wanted something that was sure to work, and this seemed to be the best reviewed one. So I didn't want to play around with anything, and I just went for this. But definitely feel free. There might be some cheap Amazon ones that work just as good. But like I said, this is the one I got, and it's working perfectly. Y'all just see the proof is in the pudding, y'all. All right. Nice. We got this all figured out here. There we go. Cool. So there's a couple other things you guys need to do. You need to make sure that your MIDI clocks are set up correctly on both the MPC Sample and the Ableton Move, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So first we'll come over to the MPC Sample. You're going to press Shift and MIDI config, which is pad 8. And you can copy these settings. Perhaps when I'll edit this, I'll zoom in on these settings so you guys can see these easier. I don't know if you can see it on the live stream. But basically, I have the MIDI port set to USB. I have MIDI in as off, MIDI out, never. MIDI sync in is off. MIDI sync out is MIDI clock. And that might be all I needed to do. You know, there's a lot of settings in here that may or may not affect it, but you guys can slow this down and zoom in and look at these settings if you need to. But I think that's the most important piece. Now we're going to come over to the Ableton Move. So we're going to press this little 3 dot here, go to our settings. We are going to scroll down to MIDI sync in. And I have it set to in now, which is why it's working. But when you first come here, it might be set to off, it might be set to out, but you need it to say MIDI sync in. And now it won't even play. When I press the play button, it says cannot start stop playback, cannot start stop playback. It disappeared. Cannot start stop playback with MIDI sync in. So now the MPC Sample controls the Ableton Move. When I press play on the sample, you'll see the move start to play. Voila! So it's really not that hard. Metal Man says, how did they manage to create a ground loop in a digital device? You know, I think what's going on is that they're trying to power share between each other. Like the Ableton Move is powering the MPC Sample. So when it's sending power and MIDI information down the same channel, for whatever reason, and then they're also connected through audio, it creates this terrible electronic noise. But like I said, this Synapse completely solves it. And we got crystal clear sound now, which is great. So now that we have it set up, why don't we make a beat on it? By the way, I love this blue knob edition here from Beat Broski. Beat Broski out there in Poland. I just love that I can do it with my finger. You couldn't do it with the other knob, and I like how the blue matches this blue, or at least complements it. They're close enough. They're definitely not the same. But I can do this, and then I can click in. I love it, and it just looks cool. And if you guys notice, I got some secret custom-made skins going on there. That's coming in another video. Check that out back there. You can't see it. It's a little blurry. That's okay. It's coming. Y'all are going to see that beauty very soon. All right, so let's make a beat. So we are going to just do new everything here. So we're going to do a new project. Let's do a new project. Clear everything. Actually, we need a load project because I like to load up a kit. So we'll go to internal kits. And I wish we could preview these clips as we're going through. Orange juice. Okay, sounds cool. Let's see what orange juice is about. And I always delete the sequences right away. I don't want anybody's vibe tainting my own vibe. I'm 100% original, y'all. So we'll go back to this sequence, hit the sample. What do we got here? I've definitely used this in one of my other beats that I'm working on. So it's like, do I want to keep doing it if I know this sound is in one of my other beats? That's a tough choice, y'all. You know what? I'll just delete it, and then that can be areas I can record in. I don't keep the same things across my beats if I can help it. So we're going to erase these. Gone. So let's get the Ableton Move going here. We're going to do a new session here with Ableton Move. So we'll just do a new set right there, and hopefully that gives me some good sounds. I don't really need the drums, but... Okay, that's really loud. We're going to calm down on that. And the reason why I'm hearing this, one more step I forgot to mention. The reason why I'm hearing the Move right now, because the Move's only audio is going into the MPC sample, you need to come over here to sample record. And right now I have it on, and I have it set to rear. This is really important. I should have gone over this. Because if you have it off, nothing's happening. So you need to come over here to sample record, switch it to either auto or on. For now, we'll keep it on. And then also it's very important to select your source, because if you select something like resample or USB or basically anything else, it's not going to work. This is just going to do the right. This is just going to do the left. You want just rear. And that's both. Cool. So another tip for y'all. Okay, so let's make a beat. So what do we got? How are we going to start this one? I like that. Just keep it easy. Put a little swing on it. I like that. That ain't the sound. That ain't the sound at all. You know what? I think I have full level on. I don't want full level. There we go. Now I can get some dynamics in my music. You know, we all like dynamics, right? All right, let's get this perfectly situated here. Was it blocking out the fan noise better before? Yo, this world needs a hero. What's up, bro? Great to see you, man. Hope all is well. I'm hating these sounds so far. Ableton Move, you ain't doing me right now. Maybe that? These are all cheesy. We're going to a new one. So we're going to go back to our set overview here. We are going to just delete it. And let's try another one. Some freshies. I don't know. So World Needs a Hero says person turquoise waving. I don't follow you, but Maybe you're the turquoise man and you're waving at me. In that case, I wave back from the black and white checkered man. Man, it's like too, not hip-hoppy, none of this stuff. It feels very Ableton-y dance music type vibe, which is not what I'm really feeling right now. We're going to try one more. So we're going to go to the sessions. I just keep rolling the dice here. Okay. There we go. We could do something with that. And what key do we want? So to change the key in Ableton, this is your best friend here. These 3 dots here on the Ableton Move, you hit that, come over here. Let's get out of F. Let's do something in F sharp. Let's just go crazy with it. Can we pick something cool? Locrian? I mean, that sounds cool. Let's see what that scale sounds like. That's interesting. We'll give it a shot. Actually, you know what? We should set the key the same that these samples are in. Or maybe we shouldn't, because that way we could change the samples so it doesn't sound like everybody else using the same samples, you know what I'm saying? In fact, let's just retune them right away. We'll just get rid of the warp. We'll just retune them 1 down just so we're not like everybody else, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get no copyright strikes here. I mean, maybe we'll even just start something here on the sample. And just add stuff in with the move. Beautiful. Nice drip. Thank you, bro. Trying to elevate over here. Okay. Cool. We're not gonna overcomplicate this. Let's just go for that. So we're gonna need to make our beat longer there. So we're gonna come over to sequence. Right now it's 2 bars. That ain't gonna cut it. It's either gonna be 4 or 8. It might even be 8. Might even be 8. Let's give it a shot. I messed that up because you cannot just make one does not simply make a sequence longer. One duplicates the sequence. So let's do that again. So we're going to go back to 2 bars. And then we're going to hit Shift, and I believe it's down here somewhere. Shift, pad 3 for double sequence. So let's see if that's long enough. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, let's do it. Nice. All right, since the point of this stream is to show you guys how to use the Ableton Move and the MPC Sample together with the MIDI clock synced, how about we jump into that, huh? Let's get a bass. So what key is that? For me, I always like to find the key on the guitar. That's just how it works for me. It's gonna be D, fellas. Fellas and ladies. The key of D, and what type of scale is that feeling like? So we're gonna set it here to D. I mean, is it just as simple as major? We'll just try it. No, it ain't that. It ain't that either. Don't tell me it was Locrian. Maybe Mixolydian. Am I in the wrong key? Am I tripping myself out? Is my guitar like out of tune? I'm gonna check the tuning on this guitar. Because this doesn't sound like D. This sounds like D right here. But look at my shape, y'all. That is a D. Anybody that plays guitar can tell you. That is a D right there. So maybe my guitar is like out of tune or something. It ain't out of tune. So why? Because this is the D right here. You'd think the D would be the root note in the scale. That's odd. So weird. Okay. I'm baffled here. Baffled. Okay, whatever. We'll make it work. Let's see what we got. Okay, I got a little idea there. This definitely ain't the sound though, so let's find something. Let's find a good bass here. Probably something organic sounding. I see why they say Ableton users make EDM. Because none of this stuff feels... None of this stuff feels very hip-hop. At least it doesn't feel boom bap. Okay, we'll mess around with that. And then we can always change it later. So check it out, y'all. So you got to make sure you... One more thing I should talk about is you got to make sure you get your recording levels right. So let's go back to sample record. And I hear like a little bit of breaking up. Ooh. You hear that? So how do we set the recording? Oh, the recording gain here. Oh, so very important. There is recording gain here on the MPC sample. So you don't want that to be too hot because then you'll hear things distort like you just heard that bass breaking up and sounding nasty. That's why. So it's a mix of balancing this recording gain right and the general output, the total and the master output of the Ableton Move here, as well as the actual track volume. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So let's do it. I feel like I'm hearing some distortion, but I think that might just be the drums. Yeah, that kick drum has like some distortion or something going on. I'm like, is that my bass? Do I have my volume levels right? Okay. So let's just get something simple down just so I can show you guys how it works. So I'm not even recording into the sample at this time. What makes this process so cool is that you can record your MIDI into the Ableton Move, and then you can quantize it and play with it and change the instruments. And then when you got it sounding just how you want it and you got the vibe just how you want it, because you can record the MIDI and then quantize it or not, or nudge it around, that's when you can finally record it into the MPC sample and move on from there. Ooh, that way or this way? Well, I guess we'll do both. So I'll go back to the live stream if I need it. I'll just do the simple way for now just so we can get this thing on the road, y'all. Let's move it. So I'm gonna give it a second. And because I like to do the capture on it I like to do the capture on the Ableton Move better than I ever record. Better than I like to Can I speak? Can I speak? I like to do the Ableton capture. I like to do the MIDI capture on the Ableton Move way better than trying to actually record it and get it right. It's just a lower pressure situation. You can just play until you get something, hit that little dotted square, and then feel good about life. Then we're going to go to our bar, and I just like the last 4 bars that I played. So to do that, you select this and this, and now your bar is only going to play these second 4 beats or whatever. We're definitely going to need to quantize it, so let's see how that feels to quantize it. And let's just see how it sounds, the bass itself. I think this might be a good time for full velocity, actually. I know I talked about dynamics, but our boy Hero says the MPC sample kind of taught me to not rely on MIDI, which is what I got used to with the Live 3 and Ableton. Yep. Going old school with no MIDI is a good practice somewhat. I totally agree with that. I mean, I came from recording on a tape recorder where there was no such thing as like quantization. Like you had to play it right and you had to record it back. And it definitely maintains a lot of that human element. I know that Bruno Mars apparently re-recorded a whole album because it didn't have enough sauce and swagger because everything was too on the grid. And you got to have that human element and let those imperfections make the listener feel good. Because when something's too straight on the nose, it's kind of off-putting. But for this purpose, yeah, we're gonna do it with the MIDI just to show you the capability. So let's just get rid of that. And okay, cool. Cool, this should be good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why does it sound like it's distorting? What's going on here? And it didn't even get my first note. It is kind of distorting. Maybe I need to change the voices on here. Do I really need to go lower in volume? Like, it's kind of annoying. Let's see if this does it. For show, hero. Let's do it. You know what? I think they're like overlapping. This isn't, it needs to be cutting each other off. Oh yeah, that's what's going on. Okay, we need to decrease the voices here. So how do I do that? Basically what I mean is that 2 notes on a bass should not be playing at the same time. That almost never sounds good. I mean, in certain cases you can, but usually you want the bass to just be monophonic with one voice so that they don't overlap each other, and when you hit the next note, it stops the first note from playing. We absolutely need that, and there's got to be a way to do it. I'm sure there is. So we have the sound here. Transpose, decay, release. Is there like another shift function here? Turn for banks, bank 2. Envelope mode. Not much else going on there. Okay. Nothing can be easy. Nothing can just be straightforward. And I'm sure there's an easy solution. Am I just gonna go to AI? Is that what the world's come to? And AI doesn't even know a lot of the times. I'm just gonna figure that out real quick. Make sound. Okay, so select the track. Yeah, got the track. Enter instrument parameter mode. Press the instrument button. I don't know what that is. Setup page. Yeah, I don't see any voices. That's my first thought, but I'm not seeing any voices here. Got to figure this out. Can't go forward without it. Not seeing it. Do we just need to try a different sound at this point? And didn't even get my very first thing. So gonna have to record that. Try that one more time. We'll just go with that sound for now because it's going to demonstrate the point. I don't want to get caught up on the monophonic, polyphonic thing. Okay. That can be played a little bit better at the end. So let's go to it here. And let's just play that part one more time. That's even worse. What happens if I just program it? So this is cool using Ableton because you have a step sequencer here. This is cool being able to use the Move synced up with the MPC sample because you have a step sequencer here and you can actually step sequence things. So let me try to do that. Let's see how that sounds. There we go. Check it out. Use the step signature. And it did what I wanted to do. I swear, is it still distorting? No, it's not. It's sounding good. I don't like how that note right there. I don't like it when you're holding it down and then it doesn't re-trigger the beginning of the envelope. Cool. Another thing that's cool about this, now that we have the MIDI going, now we can start doing some sound design. You know, things like that. And I can record that automation into the MPC sample. So let's get a good sounding bass right now. We don't need no pulse. Cool. And then we can shift over to the next set of parameters. Maybe not. So now we can decide what effects we want to put on here. So let's just turn these off just so we can see how it is without them. let's see what options we have for effects here. So instead of reverb, let's throw something else on there. Just throw a nice compressor on there. Punch glue. That sounds great. I don't need to touch it further than that. We can mess with the delay. Let's see what it got. The timing. No delay. We're gonna do something different. Phaser flanger, see what that does. Nice. Ooh. That sounds cool. Interesting notches. Nice. That sounds cool. And then another thing that makes this cool is you have your first two effects. And, you know, on the Ableton Move, you can put two effects on a track. However, now we have our master effects, so that's 4 tracks. So that's 4 effects on a single track that we can then use to bounce that into the MPC sample. So, now we can come to the master effects. So we have a master dynamics, master saturator. So I guess we will... Let's see what auto shift does, just for the heck of it. Correct hard. Adding vibrato to a bass, that's always a good move.
I feel like I'm a cartoon bunny.
That's crazy. What if we take away the dry wetness? That is so crazy sounding and terrible sounding. Okay, we did our auto shift experiment. That experiment has concluded. Thanks for joining. So let's do erosion. Let's try low contour. Let's mess around with that. First, we're going to take off the saturator just so it's okay, not doing anything. Okay, we'll just add a little bit of erosion. Now let's mess around with the saturator. We got to turn up the wetness, of course. Okay, so we're not going to spend all day on this, but basically we have a sound, we have 4 effects that we can throw on our bass now, and now we can record it into the MPC sample. So we're going to pick a pad. Let's have it be this one right here. We're going to go to sample record, and you can do it a couple of ways. Sometimes you can do it on free mode. This one I think would actually be good for sequence mode. So sequence mode is just going to record when it comes back around and make sure that it's going from 1 to 4 or however long your sequence is set up for. Free, it just, whenever there's sound there above your threshold, it'll just record it, but then you usually have to go in later and use the trimming to make sure that it's like on beat or that it's cut with the right in point and the right out point. So we're going to do sequence for this one, and let's go ahead and do it. So we will hit this pad, and then we'll hit play. There we go. So now I'm going to turn this sample record to off so you can see that, of course, it's not playing. And the reason why is because now we need to trigger our sample. So there it is, and we can play it. And the Ableton Move isn't playing right here. Maybe we'll do a quick normalize. I wonder what that'll do. Oh, yeah. Made it sound way worse. Let's not do that. We will just keep it. We'll keep it the original normal, not your version of normal, Mr. MPC, Mr. Akai. We don't trust you in music. You bought up Native Instruments. That's a monopolistic move, man. The machine. It was you who killed the machine. You went in there and stole all their updates for the machine. I'm totally messing around. I don't know if any of that's true. Don't sue me. Thanks. All right. So now all we need to do is just trigger that sample in. So I'm just going to hit sequence record here, and I'm just going to play the sample right at the beginning, and then it should work. That was the most difficult part of my job. Now I can get the volume right. Need to turn my headphones up. I realized I was peaking a lot, so I had to turn things down a bit. So feel free to adjust volumes accordingly. So now that I've recorded that in, I immediately want that bass to sit lower. So I'm going to probably do that again, and we're going to come over here to our Ableton Move. So we're going to go back to sample record. We're going to turn it to on, and we are going to mute the original bass real quick, actually, that we just recorded. Let's see if we could just now. So the great thing about MIDI is now we can move the bass down. So let's do that, or at least hopefully we can. Can you do that in Ableton Move? I think you might be able to. Let's see. I think you hold this down and then you go like this and it transposes it, hopefully. It transposes it only one. So I think if you hold down on the step sequencer the note that you played and then hold down this shifty button and then go low, then I believe it should go an octave. No. That did not work. Do I need to go like 12? There's got to be a way to do it. Is it this? No, that's nudging it. Do I need to just hit it 12 times? Do you just hold it down? Oh, that worked. Okay, so you hold it down. Is that the move? There we go. It sounds way better. Okay. We're learning things every day, folks. We are learning things every day. So now that's the first measure in our that's the first bar in our 4-bar measure. I don't know. And so we need to go do that for every note. So we're going to find it on the sequencer. We're going to hold down the down button and we're going to go over to each bar and do that. And now when I play it again, it should all be an octave lower. And there might be an easier way to do this, so. But if it works, right? Let's see. That sounds way better. There we go. Cool. We're in business, y'all. So let's just delete the other one. So we're just going to do the erase and that, and we're just going to record it the same way we did before. So sample record, we got it on, sequential, let's do the thing. Love it. That's great. So now we gotta sequence it in there. And that should be it. Oh, the reason why I'm hearing it weird is because this is on. So you might want to change this. You might want to change this to auto instead of on so that it's not overplaying itself. Nice. Now that it's recorded in there, I want like even a little more bass. So I'm going to delete this one more time. I need to EQ that a little bit. So let's go back here. We'll go to on. And I don't know if I can do that easily because I already used all 4 of my effects. You know what? I'm not going to worry about that. I kind of liked it how it was. So I might just undo it. Like, I would add more bass if I had an easy EQ here, but I already started playing with the settings and it didn't quite sound the way it did the first time I recorded it, so... Oops. Nope. There we go. Go ahead and move on to another sequence, because it's nice to keep a sequence simple here in the beginning, and then don't just add everything to that sequence. It's better to create another sequence, and then you can increase in complexity, and then when you're going back to like trigger each sequence, you can actually have some sort of a song structure where you can kind of build it as you select your sequences. So we're going to copy this to there, hit this. And now we can start adding more things to it. But the quantize is making it feel not right, so let's actually undo that. Take off this record quantize. Let's see if that feels better. Yeah, feels way better. Nice. Yeah, let's go, baby. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Okay, once again, let's do another sequence now. So we got our beginning that's kind of chill. You know, just a little bit going on. And then we build up the song. Let's go to our next sequence. A little more percussion. Now we're on our third sequence here. What do we got for this one? I gotta stop hitting this one because it re-triggers the bass, which ain't the move, y'all. That's dope. And I can't touch the top four either. So really I just got this. I think I hit everything else in there. So I got that if I want to add that in, or I could add another sample here, or I could just go to a new pad bank and find some new samples, or we could go back to the move. like that. So I just did Shift Sequence Record, which is the same as Ableton MIDI Capture. And there's that sound I just played. I wasn't recording. I love that. Thank you, Akai, for throwing that in there. Ableton came up with one of the best ideas ever with this Capture MIDI. And on the Akai MPC Sample, it's called Sequence Record. So you can just play something where you don't have the pressure of recording. You're just exploring. And I was just like, oh, I'll hit it right now. And it's like, oh, that's exactly where I wanted that to sound. And then I just hit Shift Sequence Record. And guess what? It was baked in. It was already there. The cookie's coming out the oven, y'all. Here it is right here. I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, y'all. Shit. Okay. What do we got? What do we got? Okay, I guess let's try to add some more Ableton stuff in, right? Strings might be a good move, actually. So we'll come over here, we'll hit sample record, we will go back to, I guess we'll go to on for a little bit. That sounds absolutely garbage. Oh my gosh. No thank you, sir. No thank you, Mr. Move. Mr. Ableton Move, no. No, that's a no. Go home. Go back to your cave. Okay, that ain't it. None of these are sounding good. So we have space to just try anything. So I guess we'll come over here because we're not using the drums. At least I don't think we are. It's loud. Turn it down. No. Drums are going bye-bye. We are going out of drums completely. Let's get something evolving. Sure, we'll get like an evolving pad or something. And while we're at it, why don't we actually just turn... We'll just select that for now. But we are going to actually make sure we turn off this stuff so it's not like messing things up anymore. So erosion, let's just go ahead and bring that down to 0. There we go. And then the saturator, because we don't want it coloring every sound, you know what I'm saying? So let's go back to it here and just hear it plainly. That's still crazy. Is it the saturator messing everything up? I don't like all that noise. Well, maybe it sounds cool. Oh, what's going on is that the bass is still playing. So another tip, if you want to record another instrument, you need to make sure that you mute the first instrument on the Ableton Move so it's not doubling over and playing over the new instrument you're trying to record. Because right now this bass is still playing, so it's doubling up everything. So we're going to go ahead and mute the track that the bass was on, and now that shouldn't happen anymore. See, this is so quiet, though. Okay, that sounds terrible. Who likes this? The sound designer's like, I know. I'll just add a bunch of crap in there. Hey, what if we have this nice evolving pad, but we just like throw a bunch of crap and it just sounds like trash banging around the walls? Crazy. Yeah, we'll switch that sound. This is definitely like electronic music focused. Okay, maybe we just need like an organ. Strings. I'm scared to select strings after those strings I heard earlier. These ones. Mercy. Okay, those sound a little better. Those sound better. Okay. You're redeeming yourself a little bit. Are you coming to the ball? Why, yes, Sir Johnson, I'm coming to the ball. Perryweather, how are you doing today? Okay, I'll stop with all that. Juno. There we go. Can always go right with the Juno. Like that. Yeah, we could vibe with that. We could vibe with that. 2, 3, go. Undo that. I didn't hold it long enough. Let's see if that worked. Nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and do we have a new sequence here? Yeah, we will copy that onto another sequence here. So once again, shift copy. Oh God. Okay, got it. And we're here. And we will add this to this sample here. Once again, we have it on sequential. And let's just make sure it sounds all right. We'll do a little quick sound design on it. Maybe we'll even do some automation. Oh, cool. This is dope. Look at this. We have so many things to mess. Ooh. Remove Macros to unlock. No. I won't mess with it too much. That actually sounds good. You know what, maybe we'll give it a little bit of grit here with the master effects. So let's just make this, I guess we'll just put the saturator on it. And we'll drive up the wetness. This is dope. This is so fun. I love sound designing on the move. This just feels great. These knobs feel great. Just twisting it, that immediate sound, just shifting.
Dopamine levels at 9,000.
Okay, now obviously that's way too much, but watch what happens when we turn down the dry wet knob. Still too much. Maybe the drive needs to go lower too. Just gives it a little more character, right? So let's see what happens if we turn this dry wet all the way off. It's just a little bit more boring, right? But now let's bring it up. A little more drive. Not too much. Do we like the hard curve? Wave shaper, maybe? I wonder why turning on the saturator is making it so much quieter. Because there's like a filter going on? Okay, that sounds great. And then let's go back to the instrument. And let's see if we can... I wonder if that's a good idea. We might as well do it. I mean, we're just having fun here, just checking out how we can use this move with the sample. So if there's a knob, we're going to twist it, right? So let's do it. Sample record. And yeah, we'll do the thing, and I'm just gonna do it solo, just so I can tune into this thing. So let's do it. Here we go. Right-handed so you guys can actually see. So I'm not blocking it, you know? Like, oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. So I'll go right-handed. So we're doing a little crisscross here. Okay. Let's see how that sounded. I could do a little better, and we can turn it a little louder, right? It's kind of quiet. So let's just undo that. And then let's just listen to it one more time. Sample record will be in auto. That sounds nice. Man, it feels good in my left hand, but you guys can't see what I'm doing. I'm torn. This is a tough choice. I think we're going to have to go with the sound here. I'm just going to do it with my left hand. I might regret this later in the editing process. We're going for it. Cool. And then we got to sequence it in. Actually, if I'm going to sequence it in, that is one case that I do like to have the quantize on, because I just want to have it start right on the beat. I don't need to like have it be slightly off beat. So one more time. Okay, so now let's see how it sounds with everything else going in there. And we got ourselves a little beat here. Hey, hey, I'm too late. I'm too late. Day late, $1 short. I haven't freestyled in so long. Day late, $1 short. I'm on the court. I'm getting passes, I'm getting assists, I'm getting dunks. You a punk, you just drunk. Drinking on that liquor, you smell like a skunk. I'ma stop. I like to write my shit down, okay? This is vibey though. Ooh. Hey, hey. Whoa. Oh. Yeah. Hey. One time. Great. I think this is a solid little start of a beat here. I'm gonna call it there, at least for this beat. I think we should try to do one more beat with this Ableton Move MPC sample, and we'll do it in a totally different way. And that might be cool too. So let's check that out. So I'm gonna save this one. Shift project. We are going to save the project. We are going to erase the previous words. We're going to go to the external drive. We're going to input the date because that's what a good, responsible, organized producer does. He puts in the date. Always go year first, y'all. It makes organizing later way better, trust me. The 11th. Oh, I forgot the O. You got to have the O in there. Keep it consistent. '07s. '07s in the chat. And it's the 11th today. What are we going to call this, y'all? What does this feel like? Can I play while I'm naming it? Nice. I'm gonna call it frictionless. Just the first word that comes to mind. Oh, oh, oh. takes a minute to name these tracks sometimes. We really take for granted how easy it is to type things in when you're doing this thing. Okay, do it. My girlfriend just texted me that the pizza's here and it looks horrible. She's gonna go pick up a new one for free. Okay, so they must have messed it up. So I guess it's just not that the pizza place is bad, but maybe they messed up that particular pizza. Okay, let me know when back. Okay, so we got it saved. Let's just make sure. Now, I guess, yeah, it's already saved here on the Ableton Move, but you do kind of lose things if you're changing the big effects. So like, you probably won't be able to get back to the same exact sound if you're using the master effects. Just something to be aware of, if that makes sense. Because if you're changing the master effects while you're bouncing it out into here, and each sound you do a different master effect, then you're going to lose that master effect for the previous sound, and it'll only be correct for that latest sound that you put in. So let's listen to this one more time. Man, should I just play some guitar to this? I kind of feel like it. I don't know if I have things set up. I could just play acoustic to it maybe, and just record it on here. Yeah, that would actually work. I can always grab it later. Let's just jam on this a little bit, right? Yeah, why not? Before we move on. We're having fun. I mean, that's what the whole point of all this is anyways. Let's see, maybe get a new view going on here. Well, I guess I'll... Am I in tune? I'll play the beat while I tune up so you guys don't have to hear me. We'll do a different view here. Chords those are. That sounds like the second chord. Okay, so we're in G. What up, Han Solo? Welcome aboard. On Twitch. Trying to figure out what key this is in, or I mean, what scale. So we got the G coming on here. So what would work to solo on it? Nice. We'll come back to that later. Let's make another beat, y'all. Let's make another one.
As DJ Khaled said, another one.
So we'll save this. We got the Ableton Move saved. And we're rolling. So let's find another. Kit to load up here. So we're going to go to load project. We're going to find a kit. Deja M or Beat Chip. I'm feeling the snipe. I guess Deja. So now this one we're going to start with Ableton Move and just play something, and we're going to record in free mode instead of sequential mode, and it's going to just give us a totally different style. So maybe let's come up with some sort of like cool piano thing on the Move. Let's see what we got here. It's kind of loud. That sounds nice. That's kind of cool. Cool. I'm feeling like some pianos though, so let's get something. So we'll go back, pianos and keys. What do we got? That's kind of interesting. We'll do like a Rhodes. Okay. And I guess let's just put it in, let's get it out of key. Let's just go chromatic. Let's just play around. And what's super cool about the MPC sample is it has this recall ability. So let's try just playing something, recalling it, chopping it, and then seeing where we can go from there. Okay, maybe we won't keep it in chromatic. Let's see what's going on in B. We'll go Lydian on them. And we'll go in key. We got to turn off full velocity. Absolutely got to turn that off. Ooh, yeah. Since we're going to record the sample, we need to make this sound good too. So now that we got that, so we need to make this Rhodes sound amazing. That's our main chord. These all sound good, fine and dandy. What's going on here? Is there another? Yeah, let's mess with the filter. Okay, never mind. Delay and reverb. Okay. Yeah, we can mess with delay. This is going to be cool once I get it. know if we want delay. We can at least do reverb though. We'll do Hall damp. Need to get my fingers used to doing this. Let's try that. So now we just go Shift, Sample, Record. And we're here. Oops. So there it is. So now we have our sample that we just played. Hopefully I hit it decently enough. Yeah, it'll be right there. So let's trim that. Oh, we can tune it and everything. Okay, we'll trim first. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So let's use my big blue knob here. We need to zoom in there. Can I normalize? Will that be... Let's see if I should normalize first, actually. Whoa. What happened there? Okay. Let's see if normalizing makes it sound terrible or if it's still okay. Yeah, it affects it too much. But maybe it's okay. We'll just go for it, you know? If lo-fi is lo-fi, it's lo-fi, right? I know that made perfect sense. Okay, so it'll start right there. Beautiful. Cool. So we'll chop it up in a couple different ways. So that's the first trim there. Let's go to the ending. Oh, I have my godmother Robin hanging out with us watching. Hello, Robin. Peace and blessings to you. We're making some chill lo-fi music. Hello. That sounds wonderful. Okay, so now let's chop that up. So first we will commit the trim. Listen to it one more time. Yeah, that's good. So we'll go Shift, Trim Sample. So there it is. And now let's get the tune of this. So how do we want this to feel? That's too much. It might have been good just the -1. Let's see in the original key. That sounds good too. Okay, we'll keep it in the original key. Let's chop the thing up. So let's get a tempo going. So 2, 3, 4. See that tempo. Okay. We need to delete all these sequences that we don't want. And we're here. Okay, so let's chop this thing up. We'll do a manual chop. So you hit the chop button, and chop type, we're going to go to manual. And we're just going to play it out. Okay? Cool. And now we go in and perfect those. So we start it right at the beginning of that sample there. You hit the shift and zoom in. Get it just right. Now we go to the next sample. Come right before the waveform comes in. Go to the next sample. That looks pretty good. We could come over here a little bit. Okay. And now we got to get this last note in there. I almost kind of want to do the drums before I even get this melody in there. That's what's so cool about sampling. You take something and it can just be something totally different and crazy sounding, but yeah, okay, we'll try that. Let's get the drums going first though. So now that we got this, we'll go back to the original bank here by getting out of chop, going to sample, going to pad bank, going back to A. So let's hopefully this is a good lo-fi sounding drum beat, drum kit. And it ain't. This is like hardcore hip-hoppy. We're gonna have to find some new sounds, folks. Yeah, that definitely ain't the... Well, that could be the kick. No, that ain't the kick. So we're gonna find a new sample here. So we're going to go to sample select. We're gonna go to kicks. And we're gonna find ourselves a nice lo-fi kick. I don't want all this 808 stuff here. Acoustic, maybe? That sounds good. Maybe. There we go. We need a different snare. Clap or snare. Maybe a clap. That ain't bad. Yeah, that's too much of like a trappy, hip-hoppy hi-hat. We need something with a little more acoustic feeling to it. So let's go to the hi-hat. What does that sound like? No. What does that sound like? Maybe. We'll start it off there. Get something in the books. Okay, so we got our tempo going. Let's just go for it, y'all. 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's get it on with the chop. And first we'll just try doing something crazy, not like how I played it. Oh my God, you guys haven't been seeing the move. Oh no. I've been doing all this stuff on the Ableton Move and MPC and none of y'all have been seeing it. That's crazy. That's blasphemy right here. I've been doing things on here, just so you know. Can't believe you didn't see all that. My editor told me I really need to make sure I'm recording multiple frames at once. So this shout out to you. The possibilities are endless. That's dope. Okay, so we got a first little loop. Let's also get the original loop in there too. So we'll go back to the auto chop mode. We will go ahead and copy this pad into this pad if we can. Can I please? We will go ahead and copy that to there. And now this one we can play a different thing going on. So we'll mute the first one. And now for this one, we'll do like the normal melody that I was playing just to see how that feels as well. So go back into chop mode and let's see how that feels. Not quite there. Let's try that again. And let's take off quantize. Oops. Two, three, here we go now. No, that wasn't it. I mean, I played it off beat. I wasn't even playing to a click. So we got to figure out a way to make this work. There we go. It just needed to have quantize off. It drags just a little bit though. Vibes. Okay, let's go back to the first one and just try adding some stuff on it. So we'll mute this and we'll do this one. So this will be in sequence 1, and let's see how that sounds. My Ableton Move's on low battery. Never fear, the charger is here. By the way, in case y'all were wondering which one of these wins the battery battle, the MPC Sample by far. This thing goes hours and hours and hours. Like, you could just do a whole session all day with it and not run out of battery. This thing, you'll be feeling it. A couple hours. I mean, what I've been streaming for, I'm not even sure. Y'all can check the live stream. Well, I guess it says right here. I've been streaming about 2 hours and it's on 5%, so. That's dope. Okay, cool. Let's see if there was anything in the sample that was cool for it. So we'll go back to the Pad Bank A and we'll play around with these samples here. I really picked the wrong kit. I'm gonna delete all this. Erase. Okay, we're gonna go back to the Move then. That just brings us back to the Move. So let's see what we got here. We'll pick a different sound. So we need to go back to sample. We'll put it on. That's kind of a cool sound. I don't know if it fits here, but let's go. Motions ain't the strings to be on there. Let's go. Let's get something different. So like, Cool. Let's try to do that. So we'll come back. Is it going to record it right here? Probably. Well, we'll just record it on the move. That's what we'll do. One, two, three. So what's cool about this now is we recorded it into the Ableton Move. So Ableton Move has this thing where you don't have to quantize fully. So yes, I could quantize 100%, but I don't want to do that. I want to keep some of that human element to it. So we're going to change the quantize settings, which of course I forgot how to do. No, it ain't that. Is it here? No. Here, sync tempo, okay. Groove, no. Here we go. So quantize, let's do like a small amount and just gradually do it until it feels right. Let's go like 30%. And then we'll play it and then we'll keep quantizing it until it feels nice and natural. A little more. Okay, cool. So now we will sample record this in here. So let's do it, I guess we could do it right here. Maybe we'll do it on the top. Usually have the melodic stuff on top. And then more drums and percussion stuff closer to all the other drums. So we'll do it right here on top. We'll go to sample record. We got on. Now we're going to change it from free to sequence because now we already have it in time. We got everything set up how we want to on our move. Actually, we can change the sound a little bit. Let's make it sound a little better. So let's mess with that sound a little bit. Let's focus on it real quick. So we're just focusing on the sounds here. Yeah, that's a little more contained. Let's see what the reverb does. Nice. Now we're gonna go to the master effects here. Let's punch this up here. Soft glue. Let's see what that sounds like. Cool. Saturator. Let's see what we got going on. Give it some character. So here's with nothing. We'll slowly add it in and see if it makes it sound better. Just a little bit. Cool. Okay, let's record that in. So we'll go back to pad bank 1. Right there. Sample record. Hitting it there. We're in sequence mode. Let's do it. Cool. Now we're going to sequence it in there. 2, 3, 4. Actually, I like to have quantize on when I'm just triggering something. Let me do that again. Okay, now we can unmute things and see how it sounds. I love it. Inspiring. Uplifting. So I think one of the great things about using the Move and the sample together is bass lines. Like the Move can definitely have some great sounding bass lines come out of it, and you can get it down just perfectly, quantize it if you need to, humanize it, nudge it around, do whatever you need to do, and then record it in after you've added your effects and added your compression and whatever you want to, and then get into the sample. So let's work on a bass line. So far we have this instrument, the strings, we got the Rhodes. So let's decide if it's going to be this log drum or if it's going to be a different type of bass. So let's play around with this. That ain't the sound. It definitely ain't the sound, y'all. Let's try that. That ain't the sound, y'all. It ain't the sound. Okay, that's that quintessential, you know, whatever. Okay, so that is the right key, but now we need to actually change the scale now. And it might just be major. It ain't Lydian anymore. Yeah, it definitely ain't Lydian. Is it Mixolydian? It might just be major at this point. We'll just go to major. Yeah, feels major. We're not finding the right bass sound though, that's for sure. Maybe that'll work. What does it need for a bass here? It's missing a note I want to hit in there. So would no. Let's actually make sure we're in the right key. We're in F sharp. There we go. Okay, let's try that again. Thought I played it right, but apparently not. So I only like the very last thing I played. So is it going to be this? Nice. Let's just add in this. So we'll just sync it in right there. Nice. Quantize it a little bit. Oh yeah, gotta mute those tracks, those other tracks. Of course. So you gotta mute. So let's get a good sound. Maybe we should just try a different sound. We'll come back to the sound if we need to. So singularity bass, let's try changing it around. Ooh. That sounds weird. That might be cool though. Okay, let's bring it back in. Yeah, I like it. Just some gnarly, like... Yeah, let's play with it. Wow. Wow, wow. Yeah, we're dialing in our sounds, y'all. We definitely don't need delay on the bass. I don't know whose idea it was to put a delay on the bass. But let's get something else. Let's get some dynamics. That's wicked. Might be too intense. Okay. Let's see what else we could throw on there. Saturator. Interesting. It really tamed it, actually. I like it. Let's record it. We'll record it right there for some reason. I'm just feeling it. Let's do it. Nice. Three, 4. For sure. What else do we need to add in here? Let's find some samples here. We'll find some like percussion here. What are we thinking? Perks. Let's see what's going on with the perks. Sure. Well, that didn't work. Nice. That feels good. All right, y'all. We kicked it. We went over how to combine this move with this sample where you can sequence things in here, get your sound sounded right with all the effects, 4 effects per track. We can quantize things slightly. We can nudge them. We can get our vibe on here, change the sound after we record the MIDI, and then eventually record it right here into the sample. And then this can be our sequencer here. Well, you know what? I'm not going to stop it just yet. Let's actually go into this next sequence here. Or this, yeah, we'll go into one more sequence. We're going to copy the sequence over, actually. So we'll do one of these, shift to here. And now this one's going to be different, though. It's going to be the other component here. The other kind of vibe that we had going. So let's go back to the sample and let's play it. I'm going to mute that. There we go. So now we can switch back and forth between this vibe and the other one. I'm thinking like... Do, do, do. Let's do it. Almost, so it's like something like this. Ooh, that's a nice chord. Makes you think about life. Gotta find that last chord. None of these are working quite right. I like this. I like that. We'll try that one. Ooh, that might be it. Okay. That's it. That's it. One, two, three, four. Okay, I guess I'll record it. Okay, well that didn't work. So let's go back to here, and we're there, and we're going to delete you and try it one more time. Go like this, go. I love it. We're gonna move that over there, if I can. Then we'll delete it here. And we'll do our secondary bass here. So we got, okay, cool. Sample record, okay. We gotta come up with a nice bass line. Ooh, I want to go higher. I already have another lo-fi song that kind of sounds a little similar. Maybe I need to do something different. Yeah, I gotta go away from that. I already got another song that does something a little similar. Can't do it, even though it sounds good. Let's do that. That's it. 2, 3. One more time. Nice. Maybe I'll quantize it a little more. Okay. That's good. We'll record that. Nice. I need to delete whatever was on there. Okay, so now that I've kind of have two different parts to this lo-fi beat, now we can go back and forth between the sequences. And so I guess we'll vibe with this one for a minute and then we'll switch to the other one. Maybe we'll play with the effects. Ooh, that's dirty with the chorus. Let's see what lo-fi sounds like. Terrible. Oh, that's cool. It's pressure sensitive. switch it up. Oh no. It's not working how I expected it to work. So my mutes stay consistent across everything, so I can't do it with mutes. I got to do it with deletes. Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna fix it real quick here. So everything's got to be unmuted, but on this first one, I'm actually gonna need to delete stuff. Probably gonna sound bad for a second. So I guess we'll just mute stuff, and then we'll go here and so we'll have to delete that here. But now when I switch to the second sequence, it should be right. But now on this sequence, I need to delete this one. So hopefully, when I switch back and forth between the sequences, it'll work now. So now when I switch to the sequence, it should go to the other one. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're in the first sequence. We'll go in the second sequence for now. Go to pad 1, we got to delete this stuff. Okay. I think it deleted my toms from earlier. So now when I switch to this sequence, I gotta do the opposite. Cool. Let's see if switching sequences works now. Okay, so we got two different sequences now. That was harder than it should have been, though. So we vibe on this one for a little bit. Let's check out the knob effects. How do I turn this shit off now? I gotta turn this shit off. Now we go to the other sequence. 2, 3. And there's nothing there. That's nutty. What's going on here? You know, I'm just gonna undo some stuff. Yeah, I want to undo. Yes, I want to undo remove events. Yes, I absolutely want to undo remove events. Yes. Well, actually, no, I don't necessarily want to do that. Okay, where's my stuff though? What happened here? Like everything just disappeared. I don't know what's going on. I might have to watch back the tape. Did I delete these? Did I delete the sequences somehow? How did that happen? Oh, you know what? Am I on a different pad? I must be in a different pad bank. That's probably what it is. Yeah. Oh my God. I went through a different pad bank for the sequences. I thought I deleted everything. I was like, it's all over. Throw in the towel. We're back. Switch to the other sequence. And we switch back to the other one. Who would ever use that effect? Yeah. 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 1, 2, 3, it's how we end it to be. Tomorrow will be great. Yo, thanks for all tuning in tonight. It was great kicking it with y'all. We figured out how to use the MPC with the MPC sample. We synced the MIDI clocks thanks to the help of this Synapse unit right here. You know, this is the MVP of the night here, making this all possible. And y'all for tuning in and kicking it with me. Until next time, y'all have a good one. Peace and good night.